Hello, everybody. The daily gravitational report. I was so busy this morning. I had a very early, about 2.5 hours consultation that I did for a client. And he had a long talk. Then I had to do some other things that I needed to do. And then I did the video for a solstice. And now I'm doing your daily gravitational report. Maybe a little late for some of you, but it's kind of like today I want to leave you with this shift, okay? The shift to the solstice. You are going to feel it early in the morning. You probably felt it in the past, maybe give it a think about 15 days. Okay, that's got something to do with the family. And now it's going to be the peak time for this energy to comes in, so you can fix your family situations. But the family situations, you have to fix it first from here, from within. Whatever you fix from within, it's going to have a reflections in out the world, inner world reflection transformations. It's going to be transformed from within, and it's required the inner actions that you're going to perform within the material world. Beautiful energy towards Pluto. That is the power of divine transformation. It's actually is going to be increased, okay, during the day. But to remind you, the moon is still a Neptune. You still have confusions from within. What the heck is going on? Okay, that's going to prepare you for tomorrow when the moon it's going to move into Aries. Then it's going to be more cardinal. Now it's end of cycle, end of the things. I need to end up my wants. What I want from the family, what I want from others, what I want, and so on. It's preparation. It's a mental process from within you. Okay, so the energy is going to be like this in the morning. Um, that it's 7 o'clock. At 8 o'clock in the morning, the ascendant is going to trine the moon, the Neptune, Jupiter. So you can be able to have the visions of this process change. Okay. But the ascendant is going to opposing Pluto. It's like, I don't see this transformation. I don't see this from with me. The question is what you are going to trust. There's going to be a sextile with Venus, and Venus has got a very beautiful trine with Pluto. That's the energy you need to use. You use your primary energy of the opposition. The opposition is there to stop it, to block it. You're trying to do your own way. Hey, it's not going to work. Okay, using your ego is not going to work. You got to use something else. You got to use your soul. So be careful with these energies in the morning, especially at work. If you go to work and you're like, what the heck is going on? You need to understand at work, you also have working family. Realize it or not, if you're working 8 hours a day, you have that family from your job, your surrounding. Maybe if you do things, you have people they surround you. They also your family. Okay, maybe a little different way, but they're also your family. So be mindful of the things that you want to control them. Okay, be a leader. Don't be a boss. All right, the boss forcing others to do things. Leader says, "Okay, let's come together. Let's go do the things together." All right, that energy is going to be present also at 9 o'clock. All right. 9 o'clock, that's going to be a squaring with Uranus. It's going to be feel like why the divine doesn't give me a blessing. Why you need to understand to grow, you have to get to work. All right, God sees what you work you do, physical present, physical actions. Um, Also, what that is the energy. It's very beautiful for that growth. This is how you grow by doing something productive, some kind of actions. There's going to be a sextile with Mercury. Beautiful time to communicate within yourself, communicate with others, do a better communications during 9 o'clock in the morning. 10 o'clock, It's like all hell get loose. Why? Well, you are. There's gonna be this clash, like clashes that you had before. You are clashing with opposing Saturn. The Saturn is a at 22 degrees of Leo, and it's opposing directly straight through Saturn. But Saturn right now it's retrograde and said like what you received now is what you did before. Sorry. And what if you want to change something, you have to transform, send you back to Pluto. And you feel like, no, I don't want to transform. As soon as the moment you say, I don't want to transform, guess what happens? You're blocking the energy with Venus, you're blocking energy with the North Node, you're blocking the energy with Uranus. And that all reflects back into Saturn. You know, like that I'm in hell. Did I live in hell? Uh, some of you maybe feel like this, but you need to understand this situations from within yourself. Okay, that's gonna be at like 10 o'clock. At 11 o'clock, the ascendant is it's 4 degrees in Virgo. It's moved. Still have this intensity with Saturn. Now the moon, it's about very close. It's approaching to get out. But that square with the sun is going to be very much effective, very much. Maybe you don't have desire to talk to nobody. You maybe desire to be in a hermit mode. It's like I don't want to see nobody. I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to do anything. But talking to yourself within your soul, it's going to help you to reach the state of healing from within because you can't have others they to perform for you. You can't have if somebody doesn't want to do the job, they don't want to do the job. Okay, you have to keep on going. Very beautiful energy though with the sun. Is preparation for the things to come up, and the energy, the divine energy, is between Sun and Pluto is going to help you to reach a state of inner peace during hard time. Okay, this is like you are calm within the storm, and that energy is at 11 o'clock. 12 o'clock, the energy is going to shift. You are going to receive a message or a sudden change. Good news is coming. Something's coming up. Uranus is trining the ascendant, just like a miracle happened, because Uranus is responsible for sudden changes. Okay, but you, as energy, you're going to face opposition with Neptune. And here comes two. If you're stuck in the past or stuck in your why, or you only focus on the future without realize the real reality within the present, then the issues coming up. And if you have healed certain things, you're going to be reminded to heal it. Okay. At 1 o'clock, it's going to be intense energies. The ascendant is going to be at 28 degrees of Virgo, and that's going to lead to opposition with Neptune, but it's also opposition with Jupiter, and there's going to be a square with the Sun. To remind you that this kind of like a squares, because a little bit later on, maybe like within a half an hour, the ascendant is going to move into Libra, and square between Libra and Cancer. Those are a cardinal blockages that needs to be resolved. Cardinal blockages that needs to be healed. Okay, Libra doesn't only present marriage. Okay, but also if you're at work or some kind of contracts or anything, it represents everything when two parties coming together. That's what Libra represents. And look at it's the performance of the two parties. Okay, if there is no balance, then there is an issue, and that also reflecting with everything that it needs to be done because the ascendant is gonna be trining Pluto. It's gonna say like, there is no change. What do you mean? There's gotta something's gotta happen. So you, if you change, you can maintain this balance from within you of these scales. Okay. At 2 o'clock, the center is going to be at 10 degrees of Libra. It's going to opposing Mars and opposing Jupiter. Boy, it's like my way, my will. They have to do this for me. They have to take care of me. Blah blah blah. No, you need to stop with this. Okay, uh, having communication with yourself. Take it away from the codependency. If you're a leader, what the leader does when other people don't do things, what the leader does is roll off its sleeves and gets to work. Shows up. Okay, it's not show off, it's show up. Okay, ego shows off, the soul shows up for service. That's what maybe you have to end up doing it during this hour. Okay, shows up your leadership skills, not your boss skills. Okay, the boss can complain that the employees don't perform it and blame them, but the leader goes in there, is like, hey, what is your problem as an employee? All right, let me show you how it's done. That's a different mentality that you need to look from in there. And since the ascendant is in Libra, that is going to create the balance. Okay, use that balance. Okay, at 3 o'clock, the ascendant is at 22 degrees. It's still going to be opposing Mars, but it's going to be a squaring towards Pluto. Now it's like you're teaching the employee, but the employee doesn't want to learn. What are you going to do? Can't do anything. They have to change from themselves. But there's going to be some a beautiful trine with Saturn. There's going to be a beautiful trine with the Sun. These preparations to understand that everyone in the family cannot be perfect, but as much as you can get, as better as you can get, you can change all this. It's going to be a divine energy from universe, maybe some kind of sudden aha moments from within you, something that's going to comes up like I know what you need to do to solve things, to solve situation. Maybe you have that really light bulb that shines in there. It's like, okay, now I understand. Now I know how to make this balance. um 4 p.m. At 4 p.m., the sun moves to Scorpio. It's square towards Pluto. Lack of transformation. If you look at it, only the dark things within the other people, you can't transform that darkness to the light. So you're like, I don't want to have nothing to do. I don't want to transform. But there's going to be a divine energy from the Mercury and Jupiter at that moment. That's going to kind of like look deep from within. It's still going to have a trine with the sun. Very beautiful emotions. Okay, but be careful with this, Simon, because it is about hidden things. You may have to look for the hidden clues, hidden situations. Don't hide the things from within of what's going on. 5 o'clock, the center is at 16 degrees. It's got only one aspect, and that only one aspect it's toward Uranus. You may gonna feel like you got the punishment from the universe, or you are going against the universe. You need to be understand certain things are not to be underestimated, especially if God doesn't provide me with anything. I hate God, all that stuff. Well, guess what? Okay, they sees everything. Divine sees everything, but your darkness that you are from within in can cause you more darkness from it. Refrain from any critical energies, actions, thoughts on everything. Okay. Be mindful about around this time, 5 p.m., of what the things are. Okay, because it will affect you. It will affect you in a way. The ascendant, it's at 28 degrees at 6 o'clock. It's going to be opposing Venus and Mercury. You're going to feel little transitions toward friendly love, but you have to feel it first from within. There's going to be some divine energy that points to the sun. It's kind of like you finally understand that the darkness doesn't help, the secrets doesn't help. I mean, all this, it's damaging your own self. The ascendant creates divine energy towards the sun, but at the same time, Pluto sends divine energy to the sun. So, who are you going to listen, your ego or your soul? You need to understand your ego keeps you in a jail and wants everyone to give you. But in order you to get you to receive, you have to be able to give. But who gives? The soul. So from within you, if you're looking at the soul and the transformation you're going to go through it, you're going to receive the benefits. The ascendant, it's trining Neptune, the moon, and Jupiter. Growth, fixing its emotions, and having a clarity of the visions from within you. Beautiful inner work as long as you do it. 7 p.m. The ascendant is at 10 degrees of Jupiter. It's opposing Mercury. Boy, you don't want to talk about nobody. And it's like nobody talking to me, but I don't want to talk to nobody. Well, guess what? It's growth time, personal growth from within. Man up, okay? Don't demand somebody to talk to you. They want to talk to you, they'll find a way to talk to you. All right? Don't expect call from somebody. Just don't worry about it. All right? It is about you to express yourself within your own growth from within you. All right? But to remind you, the MC is going to be opposing Neptune, the moon, and Jupiter, and it's going to square the sun. And you're going to feel like, well, it's all about me. I had to fix all these situations. I had to do it on my own, and so on and so on. You're trying to find excuses. You either find excuses or you find resources, but you can't have them both. Okay? So be careful what you're doing at home because it's going to be at 7 p.m. At 8 p.m., the ascendant is at 23 degrees and it's opposing the sun. Now the MC is in over at Libra, and it's going to be opposing Mars and Jupiter. Kind of like you tell your story, what you went through throughout the day. You explained your situation, but now you are facing what? You're facing T squaring. You are facing all this energy that was um, from Pluto, from Saturn, and from all this energy from squaring the Neptune, the moon. It is like I can't get away with this, and you try to get understanding from the other party, and the other party is like, no, 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 it's about me, it's about me, it's about me, and you're like, okay, no point of talk. Be mindful about this energy. You have to evolve your soul, talk with from your soul, so you can gain the clarity and the talk from within. Mercury is in Gemini, within surrounding, the close proximity. Okay, friends, be friendly from within. The sun is at 29 degrees, 41 minutes. You may feel the Cancer energies now. It's just like, ooh, it's coming up. 9 p.m. The ascendant is at Capricorn at 7 degrees, of course, opposing the sun. But it's going to be a divine energy with Venus. I using divine love from within you for others. You can't be able to receive divine love if you don't have a relationship with the divine. And if you don't have the divine love, you are not connected with the divine. That can comes in as realizations because during this time the ascendant doesn't have any other aspect. It has the aspect of only intense energies. The only positive aspect is that divine energy of love. Okay, so the T squaring right there between the Sun, the Moon, the Neptune, and a squaring from the ascendant to the Moon and all those, including Jupiter. It's kind of like I cannot grow. Well, if you go into a blocked street that has no exit, the only place you have to look is up, up to the divine. So, a great time for meditation or go out for a walk or spend time alone just to reflect the things from within. At 10 o'clock, beautiful energy. If you did your inner work, beautiful energy. You are like, I'm so happy. I'm transforming. I am the most beautiful human being. I love so much. I mean, this energy is beautiful. I can fall asleep. I feel inner peace. I feel love. Okay, use that energy to fall asleep. But the MC is in Scorpio against the universe, Uranus. If something doesn't give you inner peace, and that's gonna be kind of like maybe bugging you a little bit before you go to bed. All right, and at 11 o'clock, the ascendant is an Aquarius. You probably during fall asleep, you're thinking about tomorrow. What are you gonna do? You're gonna try something new. You're gonna try something different. You begin to understand the value of today that you did the work on you. It's going to reflect on the tomorrow. But tomorrow is just another day. It's just another opportunity for you to fix the for you. MC is exactly in the cusp between Mercury, between Scorpio and Sag. It's going to have a divine energy towards the sun. Now is beautiful time to have a talk and a prayer before you really go to bed and sleep. Maybe say a prayer while you're in the bed. You can't fall asleep. Very beautiful, peaceful energy. Just so be mindful about it, of the things that you are thinking from within, because of what are you going to sleep of thinking of positive things. That's how you're going to wake up. So, guys, thank you so much for watching the report and be loved.